In martial arts circles, the debate never seems to die. Kung Fu or karate? Who actually comes out on top? Not in movies, not in demo reels, but in a real fight. Today, we'll break that down using real matchups, tactical comparisons, and the rule sets that shape those outcomes. From 1970s exhibition fights to modern sanda clashes, we're digging into what happens when the circular precision of Kung Fu collides with the hard edges of karate. To understand the rivalry, start with the roots. Kung Fu comes out of China, with a history stretching back thousands of years. It's an umbrella term that covers hundreds of distinct systems. Northern styles like Shaolin, southern systems like Bak Mei, close-range techniques from Wing Chun, and internal practices like Tai Chi. Each system has its own principles, but most share an emphasis on fluid, circular movement, redirection, and strategic evasion. Kung Fu often trains the body as a single unit, linking motion through the spine, hips, and shoulders. There's a rhythm to it, whether in open stances or tight trapping ranges. Karate, by contrast, developed in Okinawa and was later formalized in Japan. Influenced by indigenous Okinawan fighting and southern Chinese martial arts, it became streamlined over time. Shotokan, Goju-Ryu, and Kyokushin are just a few branches, each focused on clean, forceful technique. Karate favors direct lines, straight punches, sharp kicks, and hard blocks. Its structure is deliberate and compact, with power generated from the hips and expressed through precise impact. Everything is trained to be fast, efficient, and decisive. A typical Kung Fu master might rely on footwork, angle changes, and chain combinations to create openings and exploit timing. A karate black belt is more likely to stand ground, wait for the right moment, and unload one technique with full force. Their goal isn't to wear you down, it's to end the exchange before a second one even begins. One of the best examples came from a 1974 fight between Little John Davis and Tayari Cassell. Davis represented karate. Cassell came from the Shaolin Kung Fu tradition. This was a real exhibition held at Madison Square Garden, broadcast nationally and judged under full contact rules. Cassell moved constantly, mixing kicks and hand strikes in unpredictable combos. Davis stood grounded, absorbing and countering with traditional karate forms. Linear, efficient, and powerful.
Right, Kung
Right, well, as we watch, you'll see that the Kung Fu fighter is a more fluid fighter. Most of his motions are continuous, whereas the
This kind of matchup always comes down to strategy. Kung Fu has variety, throws, feints, trapping hands, and unorthodox strikes.
Right foot at him, or is it left? There it is. It's a left foot. He starts the attack.
Its biggest strength is adaptability, especially in styles like Bak Mei, which emphasize close-range bursts. The fighter stays tight and unpredictable.
That's a beautiful kick, took him right down.
Karate's strength lies in simplicity. Every strike has purpose. There's no wasted motion.
Jaw, broken neck, anything.
Absolutely, easily. There, you can see.
Shotokan, Goju-Ryu, and Kyokushin all prioritize clean, repeatable forms under pressure. In a real exchange, that can mean fewer surprises, but higher damage per hit. On defense, Kung Fu uses redirection and footwork. Karate uses blocks and angles. Offensively, Kung Fu strings attacks together. Karate aims to hit once and end the fight. Now let's talk rule sets. This is where things shift. Point Karate favors speed and control. Full contact Kyokushin rules allow body strikes but ban punches to the head. Sanda, which is modern Chinese kickboxing, allows throws, head kicks, knees, and clinch fighting. So if you're a karate fighter and you've trained for clean breaks and head high kicks, Sanda's clinch and throw game will throw you off. If you're a Kung Fu fighter who's never drilled point sparring, you'll get outscored before you even warm up. In the Cassell-Davis match, the full contact rule set gave both room to work, but it still leaned toward high visibility strikes. If the same fight had happened under Sanda rules, Cassell's sweeps and trapping hands might have tilted the score the other way. Take modern exhibitions like Bak Mei versus karate demos. In one matchup, French Bak Mei specialist Benjamin Calusi displayed the hallmark traits of Southern Kung Fu: short strikes, elbows, and a rapid-fire burst strategy. In response, karate fighters try to create space and land decisive kicks. This dynamic shows up in real bouts too. In MMA, Kung Lei, who came from a Sanda background, fought Lyoto Machida, a Shotokan karate black belt. Machida stayed at range and used blitz counters. Lei pushed forward, looking for openings with leg kicks and clinch attacks. Machida won, but not by outclassing the style. He won by playing to his timing and precision. So let's answer the question. In a vacuum, who wins? If the fight is under point sparring rules, karate has the edge. Their training is built around clean, judge-pleasing strikes. If the rules allow throws and clinch work, Kung Fu starts to shine. Karate doesn't usually train for sweeps, traps, or throws. Kung Fu systems like Wing Chun or Choi Li Fut do. But if the fight breaks into a slugfest, no rules, no resets, then conditioning and reaction time matter more than the order. A low sweep doesn't help if it doesn't land. A reverse focus. Aaron Banks, who promoted the Davis versus Castle fight, hosted dozens of mixed-style bouts in the 1970s and 1980s. These weren't choreographed. They were full contact matches with minimal safety gear. In nearly all cases, no one style consistently won. Sometimes the Kung Fu fighter had better movement and used it to frustrate the karateka. Sometimes the karate fighter had better accuracy and shut things down early. There's a reason why those events never crowned a single dominant system. The better prepared fighter usually won. Today, MMA fighters borrow from both. You'll see karate footwork and counterpunching. You'll see Kung Fu style sweeps and elbows. The pure forms may not dominate the cage, but their principles still work. A Sanda fighter might train like a boxer with a judo background. A karate fighter might add Muay Thai clinch work and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No one's loyal to a single art anymore, because no single art can cover every scenario. But if you put a traditional Kung Fu master and a traditional karate black belt in a ring with neutral rules, it's a coin toss. One will look for rhythm, the other will wait for an opening. The winner will be the one who imposes their pace before the other can adjust. So, Kung Fu versus karate, who wins? It depends on the rules. It depends on the fighters. It depends on whether one can adapt faster than the other. What we've seen from real matchups, from Davis versus Cassell to modern exhibitions, is that no style holds the crown. When it comes down to a real fight, the style is the starting point. The outcome is always personal.